Everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time for our weekly peek into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Big list this week, so we're just going to cover the highlights. But if you'd like to see everything that's scheduled to come out, all you have to do is head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming releases link. Click on that. You'll see a PDF that lists all the goodies that are coming out for this upcoming week. But for now, though, let's dive into the list. It's a big list of reissues, but we'll start with the new releases first. And this is what is scheduled to come out for Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day of 2025. Right off the bat, we've got something brand new from the Lumineers. This is called Automatic, and we've got a couple of different versions to tell you about. This is the band's 5th studio album, and it's being released, according to our description, into a musical landscape that has become dominated by solo artists dependent on other writers. The band says that being one of the few groups left touring who write all of their own material puts them into a unique position and is a badge of honor. So the brand new one from the Lumineers, this is called Automatic. A black vinyl version of this coming in at a suggested list price of $30. And then there is an indie exclusive version coming on something called Orchid and Tangerine colored vinyl, kind of a mixed flame-ish looking type of thing there. This one also listing for about $30. I believe that this is a new compilation. I couldn't find anything else similar to it. But here is a neat double LP from Rick Springfield, and it's called Big Hits, Rick Springfield's Greatest Hits, Volume 2, and it's coming on clear vinyl. Volume 2 is a collection of fan favorites curated from Springfield's prolific later career and compiled from albums released between 1999's Karma all the way through 2023's Automatic. This release also includes a couple of rarities and unreleased tracks, plus the new 2024 single, Lose Myself. Rick Springfield's Big Hits, Greatest Hits Volume 2 on clear vinyl double LP, $37 is the suggested list price there. Now, normally I don't like to include these types of Now That's What I Call compilations in our weekly videos, but this one is so unique that I had to kind of toss it in there. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Now That's What I Call is kind of the modern equivalent to the old K-Tel music compilations. They just throw a ton of stuff in there and hope that it sticks. But this one's a little different. It's called Now That's What I Call an Era, The Sound of the Suburbs, 1977 through 1980. Fairly specific. Triple LP on colored vinyl, black, white, and red. But here is where this doggone thing shines, is the musical just diversity that is all over this. It includes everything from punk, new wave, reggae, ska, mod, and electronic. And again, all of these things from between 1977 and the end of 1980. Let me run down a few of the artists included in on this 51 track release. We've got stuff from The Clash, The Ramones, Iggy Pop, The Jam, The Cure, Joy Division, XTC, Boomtown Rats, Susie and the Banshees, Blondie, The Plastic Bertrand, The Dickies, Squeeze, Magazine, and Public Image Limited. Goes off the track then with The Stranglers, The Runaways, Elvis Costello, Jonathan Richman and Modern Lovers, Patti Smith, The Pretenders, Dexy's Midnight Runners, The Police, Martha and the Muffins, Roxy Music, The Specials, Madness, The Selector, The Beat, UB40, Sparks, The B-52s, Adam and the Ants, Bow Wow Wow, The Flying Lizards, Human League, OMD, The Buggles, and Gary Newman's Two-Way Army. And truthfully, this is a compilation that it blows my mind, and I may be willing to forgive that's part of that Now That's What We Call Music series, because this thing's got some stellar music on there. So again, triple LP, colored vinyl, Now That's What I Call an Era, The Sound of the Suburbs, 1977 through 1980. This one coming in at a suggested list price of $51, and it is an import, by the way, from Universal UK. Just, wow, that's kind of a cool one. Onward now to the reissues scheduled for the 14th of February, and we have got a catalog chunk from Creedence Clearwater Revival. You folks may know how I feel about this when they release a large amount of reissues from a single act. Rarely do all of them make it out in time. Let's cross our fingers and see what happens here. But 7 reissues, which pretty much is the catalog from Creedence Clearwater Revival, due out on the 14th. Let me run through these real quick. Each of them is coming out on a different colored vinyl that kind of matches the cover, actually, and each of them is going to list for about $26. So here we go. Chronologically speaking, we have got CCR's self-titled Creedence Clearwater Revival on Sky Blue vinyl. Then we have Bayou Country coming on Tangerine vinyl. Let's see, Green River, of course, on Olive Green vinyl. Willie and the Poor Boys coming on a Canary Yellow vinyl. Pendulum on brown vinyl. Cosmos Factory and kind of a very cool looking candy apple red vinyl. And then finally Mardi Gras coming on gold colored vinyl. Again, all 7 of these Creedence Clearwater Revival reissues on a different colored vinyl. All 7 of them listing for $26 each, and all 7 of them theoretically due for release on the 14th. We'll just keep our fingers crossed and hope that they can actually make that. Okay, there are a lot of other reissues scheduled for the 14th as well. Let's kind of zip through these if we can. Not too old on this next one, but it is a deluxe edition, short and sweet from Sabrina Carpenter. And by deluxe edition, this is now a bright blue vinyl double LP, which, by the way, this won the Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Album this year. And what makes this deluxe, you may ask? It features 5 bonus tracks and a lyric insert and a poster as well. List price on this one is a little bit hefty, probably coming in around the $51 mark. Up next, we have got something from Father John Misty, and it is I Love You, Honey Bear. This is a single LP on pearlescent red vinyl. I'm not sure what that means, but this is Father John Misty's landmark 2015 sophomore album, repressed on that red vinyl. It is a single LP, as we mentioned, but this was originally released as a double LP, according to our description. And this now classic album features fan favorites like Chateau Lobby No. 4 and the title track, I Love You, Honey Bear. $25 is the suggested list price for this Father John Misty reissue. From Music on Vinyl, we've got something from Jacob Dylan. This is Seeing Things, coming on limited edition 180-gram translucent green colored vinyl. And by limited, we mean that this is a limited edition of 1,000 numbered copies on that colored vinyl. And because it's MOV, you know it is audiophile as well, so it should sound very good. $40, the suggested list price there. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the Valentine's Day release has something to do with these next 2 import reissues, but you never know. Here we've got a reissue of Heart's Dreamboat Annie, coming on limited edition red colored vinyl. And our description says that Dreamboat Annie was, of course, a very impressive hard rock debut for Heart, with songs like Crazy on You and Magic Man. This thing is a killer front to back. So red vinyl coming from EMI Imports in the UK. This one listing a little hefty on price, though. $48 is the suggested list. And then also coming from that EMI Import UK, we've got Lust for Life from Iggy Pop. This one coming on blue colored vinyl. I guess you could maybe stretch it and call that a Valentine's Day record also. Released less than a year after The Idiot Lust for Life showed a return to the sloppy, sleazy, bluesy swagger of the Stooges for Iggy on his own stuff. And by the way, this record was produced by David Bowie. So Lust for Life, blue colored vinyl, limited edition from Iggy Pop. Again, that price tag is up there, $48. The suggested retail price for this. And speaking of Michigan, we have got a reissue from I Prevail. This is Heart versus Mind, coming on a purple colored vinyl. The description says that Fearless Records presents the 10th anniversary of I Prevail's debut EP, Heart versus Mind. This one has some alternative artwork and is pressed on that translucent purple-ish colored vinyl. This is the one that helped propel them into some national spotlight because it featured their cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space, as well as multiple other fiery originals. So Heart versus Mind from I Prevail on purple-colored vinyl, $23 is the suggested list price there. Next up is a trio of repressings of remasters from Iron Maiden. We've got The Number of the Beast coming in at $27, Peace of Mind, $27 also, and then Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, $27 there. Now, each one of these Iron Maiden represses are of a 2015 remastered version of each of the albums. Sticking on that heavy metal side, here's a reissue from Slayer and Repentless. This coming on kind of a clearish yellow colored vinyl. List price for this reissue looks to be about $31. Let's hop on over to some cool punk and a pair of reissues from Less Than Jake. First up is Pezcore. This is a reissue of a 1995 album from the ska punk band. I believe this was their first, if I'm remembering that correctly. Let's see, black vinyl reissue for Pezcore, $26 is the suggested list price there. And then we've got Losing Streak. This one originally released in 1996. And this comes with some reimagined artwork done by the legendary punk artist Chris Shea. He's done work for The Descendants, Black Flag as well. This special version celebrates the history of the seminal album with a fresh new look. So Losing Streak from Less Than Jake also coming in at that $26 price tag. Two versions of Ruby Vroom are on deck from Soul Coughing. It is the 30th anniversary of the release of this album. This has got Blue Eyed Devil and Bust a Beelzebub as far as many others as well. A black vinyl version of this coming in at $36. And then we have an indie exclusive on clear vinyl. Both of these are double LPs, by the way. $36, also the suggested list price for that one. And wrapping things up for the 14th, we've got 4 albums being reissued from the Penguin Cafe Orchestra. Not too familiar with these guys, but it definitely looks interesting. First up is the self-titled Penguin Cafe Orchestra, originally released in 1981. This one coming on apricot-colored vinyl, suggested list price there of $37. Then we have Broadcasting from Home. This one originally released in 1984, and this is coming on white-colored vinyl, $37 also the suggested list price there. And then we have Signs of Life, this one coming on orange-colored vinyl. This was the 4th studio album by the Penguin Cafe Orchestra. Let's see, this one was originally released in 1987, I believe. And as we mentioned, orange-colored vinyl, $37, also the price tag there. And then finally, there is a live album from Penguin Cafe Orchestra. This one's called When in Rome. This one was originally released in 1988, and it was recorded at the Royal Festival Hall in London in July of 1987. We've got a double LP, and I believe this is on black-colored vinyl. When in Rome, live from the Penguin Cafe Orchestra, $51 is the suggested list price there. And that is a quick check of some of the releases headed our way for Friday, the 14th of February, 2025. If you're local and you see something you'd like us to pre-order, just contact us here at the store and we will take care of you. Otherwise, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just click on the upcoming releases link and you'll see a list of all of the stuff coming out on the 14th. Same thing holds true there. If you see something you'd like off that bigger list, just contact us and we will put in an order for you as well. In the meantime, though, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, do all the stuff that YouTube likes you to do, and we will talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland. Thanks.